More than 1,000 police officers will converge on Sydney CBD this Sunday as organisers push ahead with plans for another pro-Palestinian rally. Julia Bradley is in Sydney for us. Julia, police will obviously be trying to ensure that we don't see a repeat of those shocking scenes at the Opera House a few days ago.
Absolutely, Ash. New South Wales Premier Chris Minns, he's warning anyone who tries to incite violence or hatred at this planned protest on Sunday will be dealt with by New South Wales Police. As you say, the organisers, the Palestine Action Group, which put on that protest which we saw at the Opera House on Monday, pushing ahead with plans for another demonstration on Sunday, even despite the fact that this is being deemed an illegal demonstration. They've had no prior approval for it to go ahead. So in response to this, about 1,000 police officers will be stationed in the city ready to act. Now, Monday night's demonstration, of course, as you mentioned, there's some really ugly scenes witnessed. The Israeli flag burnt and anti-Semitic chants as well were made by people who attended that pro-Palestine rally. Plenty of fallout from that event still. We've learned that a young part-time staffer who works for the federal Labor MP, Tanya Plibersek, attended the early stages of that rally at Town Hall before those ugly scenes presented themselves at Sydney Opera House. However, that young staffer incredibly apologetic today, and Tanya Plibersek speaking about that on Sky News this morning.
He certainly didn't go with my approval. He's a uni student who works 2 days a week in my office. He went to the rally. As soon as I found out, I rang him and told him he shouldn't have gone. He knows he shouldn't have gone. He's very sorry that he went.
As this ugly war rages on, there's been a real show of support for the Jewish community here in Sydney. Last night, thousands of people turned out in the eastern suburbs to show their support following those attacks by Hamas. We saw thousands of people attend this vigil. It was sombre, it was emotional, it was a sea of blue and white, people waving Israeli flags and playing Israeli music.
Super important for the Jewish community and Sydney siders to gather here and stand in solidarity with Israel and mourn what's been lost.
As we've seen, over 1,200 innocent civilians were murdered ruthlessly over the last 4 days, and this is the least we can do. We can donate money, we can show support, we can show love, and if we show unity, that is the best way of showing our love towards them.
And to show everyone else in Australia that there's massive support for Israel as well, not just opposition such as we've seen at the recent demonstration.
Representatives there from both the state and federal government. The Premier again apologising for those scenes on Monday night.
Some of that hatred was seen in your own city, and I'm deeply, deeply sorry for it.
Absolute determination, a steadfast determination to make sure that we stay together, that we stare down the barbarity, that we rise up and we support those in their darkest hour.
The Prime Minister also condemning the attacks by Hamas as he spoke at a synagogue in Melbourne.
Government and the people of Australia unequivocally condemn the attack by Hamas. The targeting of civilians and the taking of hostages is an affront to all Australians, and we condemn these horrific acts.
Now, we saw a large police presence at that vigil last night, and we're expecting that police presence to really remain throughout the days and the weeks to come as part of an operation which is designed to protect the community. So police will be surveying Jewish sites in Sydney, monitoring public sentiment and any planned protests. Ash?
Julia Bradley, thank you.